Hey there, this is Matthias with Flat Rate Internet Marketing, going to expand on our content creation workflow. Our content creation workflow takes place over the course of 1 month, and it's broken into 4 individual sections: keyword planning, shareable content, social media, web content, and then we finish it up with reporting. The keywords are the most important aspect to the entire content workflow, because if we don't have a strong value assigned to each of the individual pieces of content we're creating, then it's hard to determine what we are actually doing in a long-term format. So whether it's working on the content creation or working on the SEO, we try to judge everything based on the historical metrics that Google gives back to us. Shareable content is anything that you would usually see as like a clickbaity topic style, but it's spread out over the course of 12 weeks and then it's utilized on your website. So, for example, if you're a plumber, we might talk about, the top 10 things you can do in your bathroom to spruce up the place before a big date or something like that. And by taking these 10 individual steps and breaking them out into individual social media posts, we can have a consistent posting strategy for, say, every Tuesday. And then if anyone ever wants to read more, we're able to trickle that traffic to our website where the blog itself is, so they can read the entire piece as opposed to coming back every week. This is one of the ways that we're able to convert social media traffic to web-based traffic. And of course, we like to track these metrics and report them back to you. Next, of course, is actually social media. So the shareables tend to be a blog aspect of it that is designed to be social media, but social media scheduling still needs to be done. So if we have 2 long-form articles that take up 2 days of the week, then we usually like to hop on like a small business Saturday for promotional posts, things that promote your business, coupons you're running, extra sales that are going on. So we try to create 2 pieces of content that are informative and educational for the user base, and then we like to finish it off with a really hard promotional push. And depending on what kind of service you offer, we usually like to orbit those around Saturdays and then Tuesday and Wednesdays. Those tend to be our strongest dates overall. Finally, there's web content. So if the shareables are designed to bring traffic over from Facebook to the website, then web content is geared to be very keyword heavy on a local market. So since we're oriented in Minnesota, most of the articles that I'm going to be creating for myself will be geared towards the Minnesota market. It's okay if they rank nationally, it's okay if they go in that competitive metric, but I like to really narrow down the value so that we can keep everything close to the local market that we want to stay at. This lets us bring traffic from Google as opposed to Facebook by itself, even though these pieces of content will be turned into social media posts too. It's kind of like a double value. Finally, there's reporting. There's 2 kinds of ways that we like to report this information out. So we always like to get positive feedback in advance. So if we send you an idea or an outline or a search volume metric, we want to make sure that you sign off on it before we get going. When everything is finished and created, what we like to do is then send the finished URLs with the search volume reports that go with it. And then of course, we like to track everything on a month-to-month basis to make sure that we're hitting some very basic goals at first. And when we're first starting out with a client, we're looking for a 5% increase in user and at least 5 conversions that we can measure. Usually the first month is used as kind of like a baseline test because content and social media won't be done until the 2nd or 3rd week. So it's hard to indicate whether or not that's an impact from us or an impact from your previous marketing efforts. So creating these rounded off metrics are a really good way for us to, set the yardstick to measure our own success.